Yeah, what's up, y'all out there? I'd like to welcome y'all to another edition of Breaking the Circle of Life. I'm your host, Anthony Hill. And I'd like to thank all of y'all for tuning in for episode one. Interesting topic. Interesting topic that we had. We talked about Bebe's kids. And, you know, I know that's a touchy topic to talk about, but we have to do more. We have to. And so I'm not just talking about our parents, the older people in the neighborhood. I don't want to put all the blame on them, but also, you know, the guys that's running the streets. I told you before, I like to say so-called toughies because I don't want to get, you know, being used to just calling guys with the media calls you. In prison, one of the things we used to like to say is grassroots organizations, but we have to do better. The organizations, we really do. We really do. We have to do better. I say if you know better, you do better. But this show is all about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and somebody got to tell it to us. Somebody have to. By now, some of you might know my background. Some of you don't. But for those of you who don't, um, I came up in the '90s. I was little in the '80s, so I'm not going to claim the '80s. With all you know, the '80s crews. I'm a young teenager trying to figure things out. But I'm from the '90s. I mean, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. And so that time frame, and I went to prison in 1996. I was sentenced to 25 years to life. 25 years to life. Charges, and the conviction was murder in the second degree, assault in the second degree, and weapons possession in the second degree. So I got 25 years of life for one charge, 5 to 15 for another charge, and 5 to 15 for the third charge. All running concurrent, which gave me 25 to life sentence and went to prison. Why am I telling you that? Because you might not be able to see you. They say it's harder to see the things closest to you. So you could try this at home. You can walk close to a wall, stand very close to it. When you get there, close to the wall, standing still, just open your eyes and you're going to see the wall. But see, in that situation, you already know it's a wall. You already know it's a wall. So walk towards it with your eyes open. Of course, don't bump your head on it. Don't try to just walk with your eyes closed. But no, just get close to it. It's close to it. Harmless little experiments. Stand close to the wall. And especially if it's something you regularly does anyway. And just look at the wall. You can't really make out the whole wall because you're so close to it. But if you start walking backwards, you make sure nothing's in your way to harm you. You just walk there and walk backwards. Make sure you be careful, be safe. And you see the wall differently now. It start coming into view. So it's like stepping back from it. That's how it is with us. I mean, in life, like you can't see yourself. Nah, you in the moment. You living in the moment. You know. Then 10 years, 15 years later, on reflection, you look back. Now you watching it, but you from another place now. You coming from the future, going back to your past, and you looking at it now. Now you saying, "Wow, I should have did this. Wow, I should have did that. Why should have took this money, did that." That's later on down the line. If there is going to be a later on, sometimes that later on is in prison. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to scare you. You do what you do. You do what you do. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not. That's not my purpose is to scare you. But we can talk about the facts. So I love talking about the facts. So now you need to be able to see you because you ain't the first one that was in them streets. So I'm talking to all the guys that's in them streets right now with this edition. You need to be able to see you. Somebody was out there before you, and then somebody was out there before them, and somebody was out there before them. So take a 20-year-old guy right now running the streets. You're doing what you do. You're in the moment. You're 25. You're in the moment. You're 30. You're in the moment. You're feeling alive. That's one of my singles too. But you feeling alive. You're in the moment. Money coming in. You're having fun. You're having fun. Every day it's like just doing what you do. Yeah. A lot of things seem exciting, you know. You get used to it. The bottles, smoking a little something. Yeah. Hanging with your peeps, girlfriend or different girls. For the girls, you got a boyfriend and different boyfriends or whatever. But yeah, caught up in the moment. But you're 20, 25, 30 years old. So now you got some young people that get tattoos. Let's just use this example. You got young people that get tattoos when they're 20. Their thing might be going to strip clubs. So they see a famous stripper and they get the stripper tattooed on their face and have a derriere, like red hair or your cheek. Yeah. And I'm not picking on ladies or anything like that. I'm just talking about a man going to get a tattoo. He loves strip clubs and he's going to get the tattoo on his face and have like a backside, like right on his cheek. And it seems like something cool to do. Yeah, I say cool. You're 20 years old. Like, people gonna be looking at you and get a lot of attention. Like, wow, look at that. That's what's the name on his cheek. Yeah. And it seems fun. I'm saying, like, I can even look back now and be like, I'm 20, I'm alive. I'm like, yo, wow, I might go get one. Nah. But you see, so you make that decision when you're 20. So now, let's fast forward 30 years. Are you able to do that? Are you able to fast forward 30 years? See, we got to be able to do that right now. Like, take a trip to the future. 30 years. And ask yourself, how do you feel about that tattoo? Is that something you're going to want 30 years from now on your face? Some of us don't make decisions like that because why? In our neighborhoods, a lot of us don't even think we're going to be alive 30 years later. So why would I ask myself that question when I don't even think I'm going to be alive? Like, I ain't got long out here on these streets, so I know what it is. I know how you feeling. I was there. I ain't living for the moment. I'm living for the moment. I'm here right now. And it's whatever. Yeah, I understand that attitude. So basically, you just counted yourself out for the future. So why would you do anything for the future? Like even save money. One of the saddest things that I witnessed, or that I came to realize, I should say, in the low-income neighborhoods, dominantly black, is that when people die, the collection plates come out. Everybody's running around with the collection plates. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but everybody's coming out with the collection plates. Now they want to get this money together for somebody that passed on, went back to the essence, who died. Now we want to put 10, 15,000 into the funeral, we want to get the flowers, we want to get all this stuff, the nice clothes and everything to bury somebody. But yet, I've learned there's something called bar mitzvahs that's in the Jewish community that they have. So when our young kids come of a certain age, why don't we bring out them collection plates and be like, yo, let's get 10, 15, 20,000 together for them, for life, not for death. Pull out these collection plates for life. So what is it about us that we don't want to do that? But for death, we all can come together and cry and like, we gotta wait for a person to pass on. Not everybody got with Malcolm X when he was alive. Nah. I'm not telling you not to celebrate memorials and none of that stuff, but same thing with Jesus. A lot of people wasn't a part of the multitudes. Yeah. So we got to do a better job in life. In life, we got to do a job. When people are here, to put some of that money together and help them out. But how could you help somebody else? You can't help yourself. So let's go back to you with the tattoo on your face. You say, I ain't gonna be around for 30 years. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Because you're not doing nothing to last 30 years. So now you gotta ask yourself a question. Why? Is what you're doing right now so good that you say, I don't want to be here for 30 years? I don't want to be here 30 years later, I should say. I don't want to live on this earth. Like, you don't want to have fun forever? If you're having fun, you don't want to have fun forever? Or you just want to get it while you can get it? It's not adding up. So we have to check that out. We have to be evaluated. And I'm not talking about going to these places and nobody putting you on Ritalin or anything like that. And I'm not disrespecting nobody that's on that who've been diagnosed with whatever and they prescribe that to you. I'm not going against the doctors, but I'm not going along with them either. But it's time for us to start going some places and let the clergymen, some of the clergymen, some of the ministers sit down and talk to us. To me, them are like the first psychologists, like without going to the clinical ones and getting prescribed medication. So this is what I'm saying to you. Yeah, think about going to check some of that out, and talking and just see what's up with you, like a checkup. Like you take them Benzes, you take them Jaguars, you take them Lamborghinis, and you take them up in there, you get them serviced. You got to go in there and check up on you. You dying. Like you literally dying. Like when the last time you really got a checkup, period? You know what I'm saying? Just a regular checkup, not even a mental checkup, just a regular checkup. Just go check it out. See what's up with you. Yeah. See, I'll tell you one thing. If you cut your hand right now, right? You cut your hand and it's bleeding profusely. You're going to make the call. You're going to call 911. You're going to call an ambulance. You're going to call somebody. You might even call the police. But somebody come help me because I know I'm going to die if my hand keeps bleeding like that. You see what I'm saying? You know you're going to die. You know that's an emergency. You see? I need help. You're going to tell them we'll just send an ambulance to them. You see? I was injured. Shot. Yes. I hung the phone. If I was talking to somebody on the phone, I hung the phone up and I made the call. Like, I'm hit. Said one block and I passed right out. But I knew that was an emergency. Wasn't nothing to play with. That's just real talk from me to you. So in them situations, you know it's emergency, so you're going to go get help. Forget what everybody's talking about. Yo, I'm going to hold that down. Don't get caught up in that stuff that they talk about in prison. Yo, hold that down. Don't get caught up in that. I'm going to tell you right now, don't get caught up in that. Listen to me. Don't get caught up in that. We'll talk about that on another episode or something. Why that go down like that in prison behind a wall. Hold that down. You hold that down. Yeah, we talk about it another time. But you out here in these streets, you're not holding that down. That don't make no sense. You're not gonna take 2 shots and go in the house and just say I'm gonna patch myself up and hold that down. I'm not gonna call nobody. No, you're gonna call somebody. You want to live now. You know what I'm saying? Because dying is imminent. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if you look at that, right? Just look at that. But now, if you're slipping mentally, you're starting to bug out. See, we can't notice that. We can't evaluate ourselves that we're starting to slip. We're starting to do things that we don't normally do. We're starting to say things that's crazy, but we don't notice that. But it's an emergency. You see, it's an emergency, but we don't notice those things. You was a little bit more cautious in the game, doing certain moves. Now you on some, like, I don't care. Your whole movement's been changed up. Now you just using all type of drugs. You talking crazy to your baby mother. You talking crazy to your baby father. You talking crazy to your mother. You talking crazy to your sister. Yeah, you just talking crazy. You slipping. You starting to lose it. And sometimes guys around you, people around you, women around you, they mistake that for, yeah, he turned up. Yeah, he's about that life. So they start calling it them names. but they misdiagnosing you. Nah, that ain't what up, homie. We don't do that. When did we started doing that? When did we started doing that? So now dudes calling a name, a fancy name. Yeah, my son is wild. Nah, your son is crazy. Your son is crazy. I don't give a F. Nah, you bugged out. And I'm not trying to disrespect you, but you bugging. See? But you can't diagnose that. You don't know that. Because it ain't that blood shooting out your body part. You ain't shot like that. On the physical, it's your mental. You can't notice it, so you don't know to make that phone call. Go get help. Mental illness is something that should be on the forefront. Mental illness. We have to really check out this topic right here. You really have to. Mental illness. Tape yourself 3, 4, 5 days and play the tape back and take a look at it with a sober mind. Don't be all high when you look at the tape. Get by yourself, get low, and look at the tape and take a look at what you're doing, what you be saying. You might be losing it up here. So you have to go get evaluated. You have to get evaluated. Go get help. Talk to somebody. Get some help. Because they will lock you up and give you 40 years in prison. And the first thing your lawyer gonna do, most likely, is when he get through talking to you, he gonna know, oh, this guy got mental issues. So he's gonna want to try to bring that up in court. He's gonna try to go for an insanity defense. Now, I want y'all to hear me out. I want y'all to listen to the jailhouse lawyer for a minute. And I'm not giving you no legal advice. We're having a legal conversation right now. He's going to want to ask for an insanity defense. He's going to say, listen, Your Honor, my client is mentally ill. And so he can't be held accountable for his crime. He dropped out of school. We should give it to him. Then the judge gonna say, hold on a minute. Gonna ask you a question. What is your name? You're gonna say, oh, my name is Anthony Hill. Just go, okay. And what day did you commit that crime on? Or just ask you some little general questions. Or just look at your life and see you did some regular things in your life. He's gonna be like, yeah, he knew what he was doing. He's not getting on insanity defense. So now you just went for insanity defense. So you basically said that you did it by reasons of insanity. So you admitted to the crime, and you just try to say, I shouldn't be held accountable for it because I have a mental problem. So now it's like there's no defense left. It's over. The Julio Gonzalez case. Go take a look at it. What happened in the Bronx is one of the examples I could use. So we could use real examples of this sanity defense. And then you get hit 25 to life. And then you go to prison. And they don't do the best job dealing with mental illness. What they do, they want to put you in solitary confinement in a box. Yeah. I don't know if anybody tell you this if you've never been to jail. Yeah. They say, we ain't got time to deal with your mental illness. You know, we give you some medication. I think they got something that, I'm not a doctor, but it might be worse than Ritalin. Presuming Ritalin is no good. Now, they give you that, and I believe, if my memory correct, they was calling it Thorazine, but they're gonna put you on all this stuff. So now, you was at a point where you could have been cured. Now it's like they're giving you something that's not even dealing with the problem. See, it's not dealing with the problem, it's dealing with you. I want you to hear me on that. It's not dealing with the problem that you have. It's dealing with you. So this is their way of dealing with you. Let's give him something that's going to slow him down. Have him out of it. And just sit in the cell. And give him a TV and a tablet. And he's out the way. And he's going to do that 25 years quiet. When we let him go, we ain't got nothing to do with that. But if you go to parole board, yeah, we'll give him 2, deuce him. Do some, they call it do some. Yeah. But see, you don't want it to get to that point, and you don't want to play those type of games. But truth be told, it is a sanity defense. So your lawyer is right in that regard to put it in. It's just that they don't respect that. See, they don't respect that. You are insane. What you do is look at some of the things you're doing. Yeah. Look at some of the things you're doing. Yeah. How you treating the mother of your kids. How you treating the father of your kids. Yeah. You have to look at those things. How you treating the people closest to you. Yeah. So you have to get help up here. These iPhones I got in your hand, I'm recording with an Android right now. Not even an iPhone, I'm recording with an Android. And I see people go buy covers and put over their phones, the protective glass in the front. I'm learning all this stuff coming home from prison. I'm learning all this stuff. And they do all this stuff for the iPhone, for the Android. Protect it. Oh, don't drop it. Don't put it in the sink, don't put it in the water. Don't put nothing in that phone that can harm it. It cost me $300. My iPhone cost me $1,300. I got the 13. It cost me $1,300, $1,200. I got it on the plan. I got to take care of that. I treasure that. But yet, you destroy something that's worth more than all of that. You destroy something. You put things inside of you that destroy you. And you are the one that makes the iPhone. You are the one that makes the Androids. You are the one. That's just real talk. So you take care of the phone more than you take care of yourself. You clean those Jordans off. Anniversary editions off. You clean them off. Yeah. You take care of those. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't want no harm to come to those. But yet we neglect ourselves. This is just what's happened to us. We out there in that life. We don't even respect ourselves. We don't really care about ourselves. Look at the moves we make. Look at the moves we make. So this is something for you to think about. Really think about you. Everybody around you, you can be like, I don't like them. You got a problem with everybody. Okay. I ain't there with you. I don't know what they're doing to you. And I'm not saying that's not real, but whether it's real or perceived, still, take a look at you. You have to get to know thyself. I know that's kind of cliche, but that's real. Get to know you. Check you out. What could you do, or what can you be doing better? How can you improve you? Not just your situation. Improve you, and your situation will improve. That's it. It's kind of simple, but you have to start today. Yeah, we can blame everybody. We can blame the country. We can blame Europe. We can blame everybody. That's up to you, who you want to blame. But I say, start working on it now. And then, what you gonna blame them for? You gonna blame them when you're sitting on $1 billion and you're doing good, you're in good health, spiritually up. Now you ain't gonna be looking to use that word blame. You're gonna be looking to thank your higher power. That's what I'm saying. So we want to replace the word blame. We want to replace that. See, that's the injustice that we're going to keep doing to ourselves. Blame, 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 because we're not getting things right. We're going to always throw the word blame up. We're going to always look to blame somebody, blame some situation, some situation. I'm not saying that situations don't affect us. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to overcome. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said overcome. What does that mean? Overcome. You see? And then you can look up the word burdens. So you have to overcome that. You have to get on top of that. Don't let that weigh you down. Whatever somebody done to you that you can blame them for, you have to rise above that. Get on top of that. And once you get on top of that, that's basically gone. What I'm blaming you for. No, I can really get to look at you and say, man, you better check yourself out. I'm good. In a sense, because the higher power is good. You see? So, just on another level. So, do we want to get to these other levels? 25 years in prison. Yeah, in the trenches. So, y'all can think about that. Just think about that. It's not about somebody that's coming to you just talking to be talking. Nah. 25 years in the trenches. We ain't even talk about before I went to prison. We talking about in prison, 25 years in the trenches. And a lot of you guys know me. If I'm in prison, the transitional services, the religious services, yeah, being facilitators, yeah, jailhouse lawyer, yeah. So I always had love for you. Always. Wasn't picking and choosing. Always had love for you. Always tried to help you out. But I had to help me out. Because if I don't help me out, how can I help you out? So I had to study. So I done did 25 years. And I don't want you to do 25 years. Nah, I don't wish that on nobody. But at the same time, I don't want to see you destroying people. You understand? It ain't just about you, it's about the whole. I heard it once said that no nation can rise above their women. So for us men, we gotta do a better job of respecting and protecting the women. We just have to. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, right? Because we gotta get to more episodes of this. So I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. This is for all the G's. I don't want to say G's, all the toughies, right? That might be on your way to prison. You could be out here disrespecting women all you want. Go to jail. They give you a year, 2 years, and another. Guess what happened? Yeah, the porno books. They call them the hot shots. Yeah, you telling people to send me those. Who want them pictures? Women. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. You start wanting to reach out to your baby mother who you disrespected before. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Things didn't change now, huh? And you think she don't pick up on that? She like, he changed. You was talking crazy before you went to jail. Talking about the B word, the B word, the B word. Now you get up north, right? You got 25 to life. And now you're writing letters, right? And in the letters you're talking about, art thou so beautiful? My Nubian queen. She's sitting at home saying, who is that? But you changed. Now you see the value of a woman. And on the flip side, yeah, some of you women doing the same thing. Now you see the value of a man when you get locked up. So I guess it kind of goes to the old saying, you don't miss the water until the well run dry. So that's just something to think about. And I hope y'all enjoyed this edition, which is episode 2 of Breaking the Circle of Life. And we're going to be kicking it. We're not out here just playing with this. Nah, we ain't playing with this. We ain't playing with this. I ain't just here to tell y'all a bunch of my stories about back in the days and all that. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nah. Got to bring that medication that we need to take. Medication that we need to take to get better. Got to be sort of like that black seed oil everybody take about. And I'm not telling you to go get none of that. But got to kind of like be like that black seed oil. They say you can take it for everything. I don't know about that. Go check that out. I'm not telling nobody to go use it. Check that out. Ask your doctors, your healthcare providers, whatever about, black seed oil. But yeah, so as we wrap up, I just like to thank, all the platforms that give me opportunity to be able to do this, the YouTubes and the Instagrams and the TikToks and the anchors and the podcast services, everything. We got a show that I'm hosting called The Law with Anthony Hill. Y'all can check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's wherever you can find podcasts at, it's probably there. And y'all stay safe. And think about getting some help. Yeah.